Yeah. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you. Ah, what a great year. What a great time. What a great God. Ah, what a great God.
That
He's so good.
we're going to start the trading session. God just
It's a great
do
God.
something great.
A great God.
Not do something great.
It's a great God. Such a great God.
Hi.
Such a great God. Such a great God.
Yes.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord. Okay, so we can see from the monthly time frame. Okay, so we can see from the monthly time frame that price sold all the way down here. If we had the time, I would have gone candle by candle. So we see that there was a sell-off here. Looking at what we have here, we see that price got to a peak. This was year 2007. Price got to a peak, and then these people started to sell. Everybody else too began to sell because they didn't want to lose out on the action. And you can see that even into 2008, you can see what happened. From year 2007, something was obvious in the whole market entirely that this thing was about to happen because subprime and what is this other one? The housing, whatever, was all over the place, and it was so obvious in the market then, in the real world, that there was going to be an housing crash. So everyone on Wall Street, they already saw that this was going to happen. So not some people didn't really take it very serious then when it was about to happen, but um, as soon as it began to like occur, a lot of people were still disbelieving. They were like, "Ah, it's not." We know about it that something like this was possible to happen, but by the time it started to occur, many people were on edge. They were nervous and they wanted to like begin to sell. So one thing that happens in the market is that whenever people are getting nervous, especially before something begins to happen, once there is a trigger for it, people will just begin to dump. So they will just begin to sell and sell and sell and sell and sell and sell, just sell heavily. So that was what was happening here. This one was happening. It was looking like it was a normal stuff initially. And then, somebody here decided to buy, you buy from all of those people who are selling. The person bought. So the person had some volume, must have been a particular trading firm. And then they bought, forged into supply here. Because you see this candle here was responsible for Scandal here was responsible for the sale. We had already had some accumulation here, then you see that price sold down all the way from here, and then somebody bought, there was a rejection. Then the next thing that happened was price took this out. So this place was a sell zone because we already took this one out. Took this one out here. We had this one. It was taken out. So initially this one would have been the one that broke it, but this was a stop on. So when we had a breaker, this was the one that broke because this one was taken out this time. I hope you'll be able to read that book I sent you. That trading up 3.
I've started with it. Started with it.
Okay. If you've gone through it, you see that there's an explanation of something like this inside, where it talks about the break. This one didn't break. This one was a stop on. And then this one was the one that actually broke. So by the time price was going to come back then, it came here and falls into this. and they were sold. So this was, yeah, it was October, August, October. That was when the sale happened. That was when the housing crash happened. So see August, September, then October, see the sale, the heavy sale. Then 2009. By this time, self, the government began to the Federal Reserve, they were putting in some of these top gaps into it, like to just balance the market. So I don't want to go too much into history, but something happened in 1987 then, when there was one Black Monday. There was a Black Monday, and on that Black Monday, um, the whole market just sold off really, really hard. If you can look at US 30, the 1 year chart, in fact, practically on every every pair, including Forex pair, you will see that that particular year, 1987, was a very, very spectacular year because there was a heavy sell and then there was a buy to the upside. And that was the buy to the upside that occurred was the Federal Reserve trying to balance things. And that was the year that they introduced the circuit breakers. If they didn't introduce the circuit breakers, then you can be very sure that we will be having heavy sales and nobody will know where it's going to end. So they introduced circuit breakers then in the year 1987, and since then, there's no sale that is supposed to happen. That should be like if market sells like 7%, they use the S&P 500 as the gauge for whatever happens in the market. Like if there's a sell on the S&P 500, 7% down, there will be like a pause in the market. So when the market reopens again, that is before the close of the day. That's before the close of the day. If market falls 7% before the close of the day, something like maybe 3:50 p.m. That's American time. Market gets to that kind of level, 3:25 to 3:50 p.m. If market falls by 7% on S&P 500, the market will like close. So, and then when market reopens again and it falls like 13%, market will close again. So when it now falls like 20%, the market is going to close. So that's like to get investors to understand and have a clear mind and clear their mind of whatever is happening. So the thing is, people can be very emotional, and that's why whatever we see on the chart is psychological behavior to the market, the emotions of traders, how they behave in the market, and hard mentality. Because a lot of times, whenever somebody is selling, somebody specific, somebody who is known on Wall Street or among the traders in the market, if they know that this particular person is dumping so and so and is selling and is visible, obvious to them, then the probability is that a large percentage of the other traders are going to dump. So that is what we see a lot of times. And so when we saw that they were buying all the way up here and then this person took their profits, so it's obvious that what was going to happen next was going to be further sales. And this was heavy. This is on a monthly time frame. Oh. This was heavy. So the whole of that particular month will have been really, really heavy. So maybe someone or some people just sold from here, and then the next thing that happened the next month was that there was a buy into it, and then further sales. So somebody bought the positions that were selling. You know when somebody sells a position to somebody, at that point, somebody else has to buy their position. So market must be balanced. Buy sell must be like balanced. So that is why we have something called liquidity, because the buy and sell side must be very, very well balanced. And, so we see this in what we have here. Somebody bought all of the sales that was occurring, and then the next thing we see is that they still continue buying. Maybe some people are having hope and they be like, okay, let's just buy. So they bought, and then here too they bought, but then this was a level that was psychological to some people because this was the last place they sold. This was the last place they sold from. By the time they sold from there and they came back there again, some people began to sell heavy because they don't want to like be caught holding the bag to this level. So because some people want to sell, so they don't want to be caught holding the bag at this level. Less price is able to take out this eye. So they sold to this level, and then from there, the sell continues. We took out this sell continues down here. Somebody tried to buy again, or some people, and then here there was a little sell, but then they bought. In fact, what actually happened here was that there was a buy. There was a buy in here, and then somebody came. Some people came and sold it, sold down here, and somebody bought from this place and bought here, and the market closed here. But what was going to define what was going to happen is the next candle. And we can see that the next candle, some they are still willing to sell. So this was the defining candle, and we see that immediately this monthly candle open, it just sold. So that was the establishment, the final one that tells us that okay, we are on the sell. We are not waiting to like buy or try or do anything like that anymore. So it was just going to be a sell. And so by the time this one happened, you can see that when the sale occurred, you see that all of this one followed. But then somebody be like, okay, let's buy again. And then they started buying, and every other person too was like interested in buying. So I guess it must have been a very, very heavy farm that was buying from here because for them to be able to absorb all of the sell orders that were here and buy them all, that was heavy. So when they bought, you can see that every other person followed. So that means it was a specific key somebody who had volume that they all knew. So everybody else followed, and you see all of the buy here. And one thing is important: somebody who had so much money to buy, at one point they will have to sell their position, yeah. So after everybody have been having fun, some people are taking their profit here, and then some people are still taking their profit around here. So by the time this next candle opened, you see that there was still a little sell. Some people were feeling like, okay, it looks like we are still bullish, so why not? Let's continue buying. So they bought. And when they bought, this was where Mr. Big Bag began to sell off his position. So you see that. So he began to sell off his position. By the time the next month candle opened, sold off. Next one sold off. He was trying to not be so obvious in his position the first time around. Yeah, around here and around here. But we know that he's carrying an heavy position. So sooner or later, everybody will know that he's selling. So when they knew, this one occurred, sold. Another person tried to buy, but we already established that we are selling, so they just came here and then sold. By the time market opened again, somebody came again, said they were trying to buy another heavy pocket. So they bought all the way here. Somebody took their profit, they bought again, and then we tapped into this candle because this was the defining candle that was able to break this structure. So we went there and price tapped into here, and the sell continued and continued and continued and continued all the way to this place. And so when we get here, see that some people were like, let's just buy this thing, and so they started to buy. There was the challenge here, there was the sell around here, and then the buy. Market closed like this, and then they tried to buy further, but there was this guy here. They already took out this one. Already took out this guy, and by the time price came into it, there was still some sell orders there. Somebody placed their limit order and they had heavy amount of money. So when they came here, tapped into it, and then they sold. Their order triggered and price sold. Looked like there was not too much money in the guy's hand anyway. But you see what happened here. And then the next thing happened, this one sold down, and then this one tapped, swept this one's eye even. And then somebody sold heavy. So you can see that buyers are beginning to get tired. You can see that from here. Sorry, sellers are beginning to get tired, I mean. So you see that the sell here was not so concrete, was not solid. And you can see that we begin to have buy happening here. Too many buyers buying. So they bought here too, then they sell, and then there was this buy, and then they sold it. Okay, it's not time yet. So they bought again. This one closed, this one sold, they bought again. So this time around they are holding their ground, which means that we are now having a support around here. Now have a support around here. So we already have a support here. And so that means we are having some considerable volume. But in order to be able to say that okay, we are finally bullish, we need to take out this high. Because somebody here was selling. They had their limit order here. So even though they were not able to encroach and go down lower to, take out the buyers that were sitting around here, this level still has some sell orders. So if price is able to take out the supply around here, then we should expect that we are bullish. So the next candle, this thing is quite slow. Maybe faster speed. So the next candle, you see is still a continuous sell. So they are still trying to test that level because some people are buying. What year was this? 2011. Okay. So they were still trying to test that level to see what was happening and all of that. And then what do we see happen next? So we see somebody with some big pockets enter the market, taking out this ice. Okay. So you see that is telling us that somebody has entered the market with a lot of volume and now we are bullish, officially bullish. So we've been able to take out this side too. So the next thing is to expect something like this into the area where we have come into. So if you want to, this one is monthly time frame, but it doesn't matter, candle na candle. So we've sold from here, we've sold from here, we've sold from here, we've sold from here. So this kind of area will be an area of value, something like this. Yeah, this will be an area of value for price to come into. But we can see that there was something special around here because twice they sold from that area. So somebody had their selling it there. Now that we've been able to overcome that area, we might have price coming there to retest the volume. So let's see what happens next. Wow, that is powerful. That guy was not joking, or those guys. So we see the next thing that happens. Okay, continuous buy. Somebody tried to sell, but the buy thing was oh my god, that is crazy. We're gonna have a pullback. Okay, we expect a red candle the next month. Let's see. So the board, yeah, there was a supply here actually. There was a supply here. So the fact that we saw that we are going to have a red candle the next month, since we have this gap here. So the next thing is you should look at where price is turning from because this candle, we're gonna hit the supply and then pull back a little bit and then we can see what price does next. And see all of this sells from here. So somebody was trying to buy and another person was selling. So somebody bought into here and then they still met the sell. So the sell was so heavy. Like that one I was saying, the guy had some big pockets to be able to take this one down. So he took this one down and then this one is now a supply zone. So the next thing is to expect, okay, where's price pulling back into? This particular month is going to be bearish. We're gonna close bearish. Unless there's heavy enough, in fact, it's not going to change. What do we have? Okay, we tap into the zone. Tap into the zone. Okay, the next month opens bearish, but it might not close bearish. If it closes bearish, yeah, that's good. The next one might actually be a buy. A buy candle for that month. Yeah. Comes out to be a buy candle. So this zone was not enough for these guys to hold. They had to come down lower and retest. If we are seeing this on lower time frame, we'll be able to identify exactly the area that price was reacting from. If this guy sold from here, sold here, this guy bought here. Yeah. Usually the most recent PA that has the most relevance. Something like this. Because price was able to break through and then we now have this area of value here. So let's see. How does this candle close? Okay, somebody of volume has entered the market. Do you close? All right, so this is interesting. Don't worry, we'll soon get to this year's PA. We're going to lower time frame. What I'm expecting to see initially, what I was expecting was to see this high is taken because there is too much liquidity here. So since we are not taking it now, that means sellers, some sellers are still less strong. People trying to take their profits because now they are in a serious haste to drop their bags. This guy bought here, everybody was happy. Then they went here, and then people began to take their profits. Because now this high was the previous high, so nobody wants to be left holding the bag, and so they sold, and then the sell followed, and then the rest of them too began to sell. And now they are taking so much profit that they don't even want to allow the market to buy again. So now we need somebody with real volume to buy. Until then we shouldn't expect anything happening in the market because these guys are just going to keep fighting. Buyers and sellers, buyers and sellers. Do we have it? Looks like it. Let's see. Okay, we have it. So this guy swept. He came here, we broke. You say what? Yeah. So there was a sweep here, there was a break here. This guy retested. Oh yeah, that's a good entry. The retest here that we had would have been an entry on lower time frame. So there was something there that was good enough to show us. So that would have been an entry. And then we broke. So we've been able to take the liquidity that was here. We might still see another pullback actually. Somewhere around here, I guess. So let's see. The next candle is not bearish. We're going to close bullish. You see that? You see that? So this entry is invalidated. So this time around, the person gets in so much and it brings everybody along to be able to take out this zone. So everybody is going to be bullish now. So we might expect a pullback into somewhere here. Let's see. That's crazy. We might still have it. We might still have it. We get a para. These people, guy, see what they are doing. They're able to take out this eye. So this eye is taking out the eye. So now some people are taking profits. Some people are still stubborn. Oh. No matter how much you take profits, we are still going to buy. What is still taking profits? That is a lot of volume, bro. So now the profits, some major person took some profits. So one of the big players in the market took profit here. Now let's see. But everybody else is following. Big player don't take profit. Oh. Where does it end? Indecision. Some people are buying, some people are selling. We need a big player. Do we have it? I think we do. Yeah, we do have a big player in the market. Let's see what happens. Does it retest? Oh, it does. Did you find your order? This maybe he found his order. People are still resisting that zone. The next candle is bearish, bullish. Are you gonna let them hold it? Wow. These guys are vexing, sellers.
They want to. They want to.
But there's accumulation occurring here, though. Accumulation there. Do we have it? We have it. So he found his order, despite the whole fighting. So this was a demand zone actually, and then we bought. This is September 14, 2014. Shouldn't expect anything much from here. Yeah, a pullback, not bad. It's expected. Already been taking out some supply that was here. Shouldn't expect anything much from here. You can just continue buying and buying and buying. All right. Some buying, pulling back, people taking profits, all of this, all of that. Is there anything interesting? Somebody had some volume, but their volume was not even enough, not so much to push price up. Their volume was enough to hold this zone, but it was not enough to push price up. So let's see if somebody helps it. Anybody? Uh, sellers to the vex. All right. Eventually, somebody comes in, so you should expect another pullback here. Let's see. Sellers with the vex now, I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. Okay, he found his order. Good. Uh-oh, that's bad news. You know why I'm laughing?
What's that?
That guy has so much hope.
Mhm.
And they destroyed his hopes. Look at what happened here. We've been going up so far. And then there was
Yeah.
this sell. And people were taking profit, they were selling. Somebody bought, they bought into here, but they were not able to, overcome the area here. They sold again, another person bought from here. So maybe somebody was gatekeeping this area. And then we now have price buy eventually from here. Okay, bought into here, the same supply. Price came here, there was a little profit taken here again, and then they bought. There was another sell. So by the time price was going to show again, we had this next month, there was a sell. The sell was enough to hold. So we can see something here that these sellers, they were getting tired because the amount of buy that occurred here was not so much because they didn't sell very much here. So by the time this next candle opened, it was able to take out the supply zone. So this one just came here like that. So they tried to continue the buy and then they sold down again. The sell occurred again. They met the buy, which was when they retested. They retested the demand around here with this candle. So they now bought and then we bought into here. So this one now is now appearing as a supply. See that price buys into it, and then there's a little sell. Looks like there's not enough sell volume at that time. So they try again and they try to buy. Still ends up in the same area, and this time around they are so pissed. They decide to sell the whole thing down. What year was this? 2015. Find out what happened. So price came, sold down all the way down here, and then still came into the same zone. Let's see if it buys from there. This is interesting. You know what happened there? All of the sales that I recorded here so far, somebody exactly here, maybe the person was gatekeeping this place, came and bought all of the sell orders. That tells you that SMC is in the market. Sorry, smart money is in the market, not SMC. Let's see. You guys take out that level. We're going to take out that level first. Big are you? Smart money is in the market.
When to
Are they
tap
going to
into
let them? Eh?
when to tap into the market.
Yes. And the reason was because somebody was really interested in this area. They were really interested in this area. So we see the first two times. And then you see the sell here was not so heavy. So this one too was holding demand. Time price came into it, they came back. But so they had their limit order set here. And that was heavy. It must be billions of dollars. So the pots. Now this is the side that tells you that smart money is in the market. Because they have absorbed so much sell orders. So business candle was the one that validated it. And then we had this guy, some bots. I still expect something here. Yeah, price coming to here for a retest. And then we buy from there. This is the next demand zone. How are you guys doing? Oh my god, this is crazy. 2016. Give me a minute. Oh, okay, this is UJ. There's usually something behind all of this. So if you are gone on high lower time frame, should I even go on lower time frame self? Let me go. Spider what happened there. Look at that. So we sold. See all of this reaction. We already swept. Price came all the way down. So the next thing is to expect that price should come into somewhere here. So they did because this candle was responsible and then they came, sold down into here. So there was this demand, this guy here sold into that demand. We swept, we broke, price gave an inducement, went up higher, and then the next thing that happened, price tapped into here. So try to buy again, and this time around touched into the same supply zone, and then boom, price sold. 2015 August 24.
I think there's the liquidity there at the left hand side.
Liquidity, yeah,
So these are that that
yeah. Okay, all of
there's
this, yeah, there was, yeah, there was. So we did all of this sweep, some walked all the way from here, came back down to the same area again. Somebody was holding the other side. That was the guy that was holding so heavy that he didn't want to go downward. Either it was the Fed that was circuit breaking this sell, or there was somebody who was really interested in gatekeeping that area. How many percent was this? It was 5%. So heavy. So they sold into here. Then we had all of this rejection, people trying to sell, people trying to buy. Eventually, uh, somebody was accumulating here. A buyer was accumulating around here. That is why all of these sales that they were selling was not able to go down below because somebody was buying, buying, and buying. and that person had billions. So as they were buying, they don't want it to be so obvious in the market that they are buying. So they are buying little by little, little, little by little, little by little. So maybe yeah, probably 100K, sorry, 100 million, I guess. Another 100 million, something like that. So all of these shares that they were selling, the person was absorbing it, buying from all of them, was buying from all of them. So by the time it was ready, he just bought, you see that price just bought heavy because why he has bought all of the significant orders, all of the significant sell orders that are here. Because why he cannot get into market unless somebody sells to it. So he has bought all of those ones. So by the time this one opened, he just took out all of the whole thing. So that was a buy. And then you see the continuation, all of that. We were able to take out this eye. That was a good one. So from there, they sold all the way down, and then price was scared of this level. So probably somebody was holding this level, really. Somebody was really, really holding this level. He was gatekeeping that level real bad. Was gatekeeping that level real bad. So it's the possibility that price will take him out because why? We've already tapped, we've tapped there, but there's liquidity here. Went up there, price came here, tapped into here, not taking the liquidity yet. So you see that price begins to respect this, all of this. And this place is still liquidity. Way, still liquidity. Still liquidity. So eventually when they go up by the comes here, retest. This was a level that some people lost their money here because they were selling, somebody was buying, they were selling, and then boom, see all of that. So they don't want to be there. And the next time price came here. So that was why they were shy of selling into anything lower than here. So they just bought. They were just contributing to the buy. Everybody just decided, okay, let's buy. They bought, they bought into the same area here and they started selling from here too. So everybody was now comfortable enough to be able to sell. And then they sold. So some kind of big pocket somebody was selling from here. Has to be smart money because immediately they sold the first time around, everybody else followed. And they sold all the way down. Took this liquidity. I expected this liquidity too to be taken because it was not enough. So we took this liquidity too. Then we came into the area of demand, which was here. So liquidity one taking, those were sell side liquidities, all of them. Sell side, sell side. So we took over all of that. And then somebody bought limit order action. So the limit order triggered, look at that heavy buy. Smart money. So so all of that occurred, and then we bought. See all of this rejection. So people are taking profits. All of that happened, and then they retested the demand again. Then we bought. So when we bought, see that all of the uh, all of the liquidity that was here were able to take it out. So all of the people that lost money there, they don't want to keep holding. So they bought. So as a demand zone actually, very good demand zone. Because already here we had swept all of this liquidity here. We had come here, broken all of this that was here. And then what was the candle responsible? This one bought, this one came, it tested the demand, bought, and then this one tapped into it a little bit, came here, was not enough to hold, and then we had to retest. So price retested this candle. So the buy continued from there, Oh, we are still in 2015. I thought we were almost here. So we just bought from there. Should I skip?
You can, sir.
Okay. So we did this. This one looks like internal liquidity. It looks so much like internal liquidity. Let's see if price takes it. Ah, we do. We do. We take it. So in here, in here, we we have enough demand there. Let's bought tap in the tap yeah, bought for me. Let's see. Good is that demand. Good is that demand. Let's see it on confirmation. Okay. Somebody bought heavy too. 1, 2, 3 times. Hmm. That was a good place for a buy. You would not be looking to hold it for a very long though because this kind of structure is tricky, especially when we begin to have all of this. The price went here and then turn back and all of this selling and selling and selling and selling and selling and then they sold. They met somebody's demand limit order. We're able to buy. We're still selling from here. So up into that zone and then so. So next thing you expect is price breaking that demand area. That happens. So broke it. What else? Selling
So price
liquidity.
broke because there's not enough volume.
Yeah. The thing is, compare this candle to this candle.
So the
Compare this candle, this sell candle here. You see that? This sell candle that they had to buy from. So this one, this three candles. 1, 2, 3. Do you see what happens?
different.
So you see that somebody here with a long volume, a bucket long, had to buy from here. But by the time they bought from this place, person didn't have enough volume. He was not a billionaire or a billionaire farm. So he was not able to hold price that heavy, but he sha tried. So he bought here and then. So some people were selling heavy though, but he was not able to hold it. So he was able to convince other people to follow him to buy, and then they followed him and bought. And then they felt like, okay, well, we could have a rally, and then they bought into here, forgetting that there were some people who were ready to sell here. So somebody just like followed the move, and they took their own profit, bam, from this level, psychological level, yeah. Because why? We already had eyes here. This one don't sweep. So this one has already tapped into it before. Okay. So the next thing is to expect that they will be shy of this level. Because why? The first time, second time, third time, fourth time. So what should we expect? That will be an area of supply. So by the time they got there, they got here, they just had their sell limit orders here and then they sold. And they sold heavy. Everybody else followed. So that was why this demand zone could not hold. Price could not even retest it because it was not solid enough. There was nobody really holding it with enough volume. So they just took it out. So what do we expect next? I expect this low to be taken. This is a weak low. Very weak low. Very, very weak low. Yeah, we do take it. So we take it out. Price might even come for this one. See, price might come for it. But one thing we know from here is there was a gatekeeping happening around here. So price might not still be able to take it. Depends. Who is selling? Who is selling? So that tells you that the person that was selling was not didn't have enough to be able to overcome.
Fuck that buy.
Yeah. So we had a sweep. Somebody bought this guy tried. He bought here. Let's take out this liquidity here. Let's see. We are having the retest now. Let's see how well we go. Does not look so good. Uh, so So we bought actually doesn't look so good. Let's see if price can turn back from here though. Because we've been able to have this one go up. This one was the one that bought. We tapped it already. We have all of these tabs. Let's see how well we do. Oh my god. I knew it. Just knew it. It was not very good. I knew it. So what you can see here, there was this guy buying from here, another person buying from here, another person buying from here. Then they sold again, bought here, took out this liquidity. But this is where the whole thing changed. When they got here, see that this one tapped here, tapped into this candle like this. There were some cells still occurring around here. You see all of the cells occurring around here. Someone sold, bought, sold, bought. We didn't really tap the demand, which was here. But one thing we can see from here is that once this one sold and touched into here, one thing was clear. So, yeah, one thing was clear that we did not have enough demand because by the time we bought, we didn't buy heavy. See what happened here. They sold again, they bought again, they sold from there. They sold again, they bought again, they still sold from there. They sold again, they brought from here, they still sold on top of it. If this was really somebody with heavy bag, nothing like this will happen. They wouldn't be selling on top of selling this heavy to have so much impact like this. That we now begin to have all of these short candles. So by the time they were able to like get in again, the boards, that was like the final gasp before the deaths. Just give up the ghost after that. So this was an exhaustion candle. Just bought from here and everybody they expended all of their volume like, oh no, let's buy. And they just bought, boom. You see what followed. Just started to sell and sell and sell. Everybody has followed and sold it. That's how we have that area. So let's just continue. We are in the sale season now. The sale season now. I was able to turn back from here. Yeah, that's what I've been expected. There was a sweep, there was this break. Handle that was responsible majorly was this guy. But we had the demand here. The price broke first time. So the first signifier of supply. So the rest just continued. Accumulation, sell, all of that. So they had to come back and tested the volume. You know what I'm doing?
Not competitor. But I think
This thing is a blend of liquidity and psychology. A little bit of market structure too. So market structure too, yeah. Maybe I had a sweep. Come here, we've retested. Next thing is just sell. But I hope you are getting little by little. Maybe when you watch the
yes, sir.
video again, maybe you get the entire thing a little bit more. So let's expect more sales. Maybe if you don't tire.
Then
I was thinking trading view was tired. Trying to so more sales, yeah, as expected. So let's see where are we going. Accumulation, distribution. This is not so good. And then we came here, retested, and then we are going up. Let's see if price does not come here. And let's see if price when it comes here, if it does not come and take out this. There we. Okay, we had a pullback. Somebody bought, but it's not strong enough to hold. That was not heavy enough. Further sell, further sell, further sell, further sell, further sell. Still further sell. We are not there yet. Still further sell. How good are we? Ah, nice, interesting. Further sell. Well, that's it. Do you know I was looking at this level? This thing is not good enough for holding volume. So all of the things that happened here. Do you know about the AMD model? Accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Do you see the accumulation here? You see all of this thing here? Was that a manipulation?
I don't know about that.
Was that a manipulation? There was no manipulation. Let me show you what manipulation would have looked like. If it was going to be like this, we have something like this, and then we have this, and then we have that. But there was no manipulation. All of this liquidity was still sitting here. Nobody took it out. And the reason why they take liquidity is to make people think that we are selling, so that the person who wants to buy will now buy from there. And so when they come back the next time, there should be enough volume that will still be holding that level to be able to buy price again, at least to some certain level. But there was no manipulation. They just bought. And so that was just impulsive buy. They were just emotionally buying and buying and buying. So that was what happened there. So when price was going to come back, we had to take it because there was nothing there. See, even price came down as low as it. So even here, we might still take it out. All of this looking like trend line liquidity, we might still take it out. Let's see. Hmm. This one is not good enough. I think we still sell. I think we still sell. Okay. All right. Let's see. There's a demand here.
That high. That particular high.
Yeah. So he's been able to. There was an absorption of sell orders there. This one came back, tested, and then we have the buy. Well, we are still not bullish. We are not bullish yet fully. I told you, we are not bullish. We are not bullish. We are not bullish yet. We are not bullish yet.
But they have the confirmation.
You said?
The universal trend.
The thing is, the reason why I say we are not bullish is because the volume here was not sufficient. If there is going to be a reversal, you should have enough struggle to see that okay, yeah, people are selling and some people are buying. But this time around, this one just sold from here, this one bought from here, this one bought from here. There was no struggle here at all. We are not even struggling. This one was the one struggling a little bit, but there was nothing there. So they didn't even struggle at all. They just allowed them to buy. So when they finished buying, maybe somebody had their money here and they just wanted to hold a short position. So this one that entered, they just wanted to have a short position, not for very long. And this was what made it obvious. They were not the one buying here. It was not the person that bought from here that was buying here. It was not the one. So it was other people helping him to hold his position. So they were helping him buy, they were helping him buy, they were helping him buy. By the time he felt like, okay, you guys have done well, just began to sell little by little. And then when he got here, it just sold heavy. So the other people that were following him too, they now began to sell. So that is when we now see all of this. So I don't think there should be any further buy unless to come into demand and sell. Let's see. They are still not bullish. They are still not bullish. Price come into this card. I was thinking that it will come to the exact place where it's sold. It might still be inducement for all we know. Let's see price take out this low first and see what happens. We go there. It didn't even come for the low. This thing is a heavy sell. We are not bullish at all. We are not bullish at all. See, these are equal lows. These are draws on liquidity. All of this draws on liquidity. If buy is going to hold, we need to see some manipulation first to confirm.
Yeah.
To confirm that we are bullish. This one is just trying. Nothing's happening here yet. It came here, tapped into this guy, and then bought. Short time buy, maybe. Short time buy. What year was this? 2016. Time buy, maybe. Let's see. If they are strong enough, because we now have a new player in the market, guy that bought here. This will have been the sell that would have displaced this whole thing. It would have been the sell that have taken out this liquidity. But this guy decided to enter here. There was this sweep, there was this, all of this. This one happened. There was nothing that was strong enough here, but it still plays its limit here. And I think I know why. We've been able to buy. Yeah, there was the sell rejection, and then there was further sell. Then we bought again, and then you see all of this candle. There was actually little sell here to tell us that okay, oh, we had something here. You can see that all of this was just by hardly were people taking profit, hardly was somebody selling heavy. The buy was absorbing it. So when they went here was when they now met with sellers. They were selling, 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 still selling, but the buyers were kind of like headstrong. So they came here, they sold. Sellers were getting tired around here. And so they sold here, one final gasp. And then they came into this country. You see this one? Came into this country. So when they went, further buys, further buys, but by the time price got around here, no, this was where they sold last time. So psychological level now. So they got here, and then the next candle, pew, just sell further. So this guy who was assisting in the beginning, helping to absorb the buys, helping to absorb the sales, he just came here, having his limits order here. Still doesn't look so good. This is not a heavy confirmation of buy, but it might hold for a while. The buy might hold for a while. Let's see. It's 2016. I need to get it 2025. Yeah. Should expect some pullback soon. See all of this. This was impulsive buying. It was not even structured. Impulsive buying. So now we begin to sell. But even the sellers are not strong yet. It's not heavy. It's not heavy enough. It's not heavy enough. Have this. That's why I let have there. So has mitigated. So I came here. Normally we should expect the price to come here and tap and sell. But I'm really doubting it. Doubting it. Really doubting it. They're even avoiding itself. Sold down the boards. They sold down the boards. Came here, took out the bottom from these guys. And then they came here, bought again. So I just playing around. I'm not serious. So look at this. You know that all of these this these big money people or whatever, they like to stay in a range. They are very comfortable staying in a range sometimes. They just be in the range, just playing around, just playing around, just playing around. Until somebody will now come and say, ah, what is wrong with you guys? Please let's buy. So they come in with every volume to be able to move the market. And what these guys are doing now, they are in a range and they are happy with it. They are very comfortable. No loss. Just buy and sell. Just buy and sell. Still. So somebody begins to sell off little by little. The rest of them follow. They didn't even touch into the zone. So further sell, further sell, further sell. I expect them to be able to take out the all of the liquidity that is here, probably to this level. From this place, yeah. You get
Yes, sir.
all of this liquidity. All of this liquidity. So if they are able to reverse from here, at least sellers and buyers, if there's no volume yet, there is no volume. They are just playing. They're just playing. Just like they are just behaving like retailer traders. They're behaving like retailer traders. There's still no volume. Smart money is not yet in this market. Somebody is selling. It's expected. A sell off. A sell off. These people are not serious. You see what they are doing here. Okay, looks like somebody is here in the market with some average volume, but it's not big enough. Both from here, this candle represents something. So all of this liquidity now. We are not bullish yet. We're not bullish yet. We're not bullish yet. This if this guy buys through this supply, then might have a pullback. Probably buy. We had the pullback, yes. Yeah. I expected them to come back here to pick this guy's order. Are we going to continue to buy? I knew it was weak. He couldn't even. There's no way I will place my entry inside any of this. There's no way. But I'll not have, but I'll not have sold. Because these people were playing around initially. And there was still not enough volume in the market to do anything serious. And when this one came like this one just entered market and then began to buy. Now I now see all of these people. Some people were taking profit little by little. Shaking change, shaking change, shaking change. They were now creating liquidity. See all of this liquidity. All of this. And when liquidity like this is created, after somebody has bought heavy like this, you know that there's no possibility that price will come for this low because this low will be weak. That means that the person holding that level is not having any strong enough follow. I said it's a medium buyer. It's a medium buyer. It's a medium buyer. So we did that. The guy took out this level, was even able to take out this eye. That's quite interesting. So by the time we came down, we took all of this liquidity. We came for this weak low. We didn't break structure to the upside. There was not enough volume even to hold. Nothing whatsoever. I wonder what traders, like retail traders, were doing when this price action was happening. Maybe they were taking small trades. Maybe somebody will buy around here. I don't know. I can't imagine myself in this kind of situation. Anyway, I think you should get to 2025 now because my battery will soon be dead. So we've been able to take out all of these and then let's see what happens next. But there's still not enough volume. We're taking internal liquidity. There's still not enough volume. What are we going to do? Further sales, yeah, expected. When are we going to buy? What is this 2018? When are we going to buy? When are we going to buy? Okay, somebody's here. Okay, somebody's here, but it's still not big enough. Still not big enough. I think it's a pullback. Can you hold it? How heavy are you? Looking like a pullback. You should be able to take some of this out. Be able to take some of this out. One strong edge like that will now come and be buying. Like as if now Papa get market.
Mhm. But I'm not seeing any interesting volume. Just those gradual.
See now, we now have it. We don't have it. Yeah, people. See the struggle, do. The struggle you carry am reach here. See how the rest come follow. All of this level now, this person now head the supply. Because somebody was selling here, or some people, they had some limit orders around here, so they sold. Maybe I'll have gotten a sell order somewhere around here somewhere. That's fast. So we've taken so much time like this. Wow. I think I should be getting ready to round up this class. So we came here, we tapped into this. Let's see. Are we buying? No, it's not heavy enough. It's not heavy, it's not heavy. Chai. Oh my god. Retest, yes. That's good. We retested this guy. That was expected. So what do we do? Aha. It's not heavy enough. The next one is a sell. We are coming to take that low. If that low does not hold properly. In fact, it doesn't look like it's going to hold. So we come for it. Have we taken it? Not yet.
Not
Yeah, taking it now.
doesn't take it.
What are we going to have? Swept. There's not enough bottom yet. What's happening? UJ had it this time. Oh. Thank God I know they trade UJ. See all of this.
Yes.
Can you imagine? Nobody even wants to buy. Now, so they hate who was eating who? Was it US that was eating Japan or Japan that was eating US? Which one is the base the base currency self? Okay, it was JPY. Probably JPY. I am sorry, US was having issue with Japan or something. I don't know. Probably everybody was having some skepticism about buying. Something must have been happening there. What year was this? October 2019. Something must have been happening there. You see this one retested here. To now look like as if price will want to now come inside here to come and buy. And it's a lie. We are still selling. Just watch. Can you see that? Let's see. Let's see how well they are buying. We hold. Okay, they shall forced it. Can you see? We are still selling. We are still selling. We are still selling. So tomorrow is Saturday, yeah?
Yes, sir.
I think we should have another session tomorrow, so I will explain some things better. My battery is dead.
Right, sir.
Yeah, so